So this is one of my websites. We're required to have one website for each class. So this is my 7th grade class. This is through Final Site. So, here's the school's header. But down here, this is what we can control. So here is the banner at the top where you can put images and a heading saying, hey, this is what the class is. And then as you scroll down, there's two columns. One is the bulletin board, which I've used sometimes. As you can see, the last time I posted anything was towards the beginning of February. I probably should use it more. I'd like to use it more. I feel like I need to beef up the rest of the website in order for it to be worthwhile. Otherwise, I don't think my students use the website very much. So I do want to do more with the bulletin board section. The calendar section, this is mostly for assignments, which I have few of. The students do practice records for me, but those are the only assignments that they actually have from me. So I just use it for that, and currently there's no events to display. The next section is discussion board, which again I would really like to use. I'd like to use some of this portion of this for discussions that we would normally have in class. Usually those discussions are about either the music we're playing or music we want to play. So I think this would be a good forum for that. The drop boxes is just a place where the students can hand in their assignments. Again, the practice records, the parents are supposed to sign them, which would be very difficult in an electronic copy, so I don't use this feature at all. Back at the top, the resources section, I really dove into this at the beginning of the school year. These are 4 different folders that I created that the kids can find whatever information that I have for them. So this first one, CMEA, this is the Connecticut Music Educators Association, and they provide various experiences for the kids who choose to participate in them. It's usually an audition process, and then if they audition well, then they have the opportunity to perform with regional ensembles. So basically, if I were to click on this, it'll bring up all this fun stuff, and it is a Word document that I created, so just give it a moment here to load up. And here's the Word document that I created for them that has all of their audition requirements for this current school year. And again, if they were to load this up at home, this should come up for them. The next one, important documents. This is a menagerie of different things that I sort of felt silly creating different folders for, so I just threw it all into one folder labeled important documents. In here is a blank practice record, so if they forget to pick one up, aren't there, lose theirs, the dog ate it, then they have this. Again, it loads up in a Word document. Here's the pulse and grade components. This is how they're graded. Everything that I take into consideration when I do their grades. The syllabus, again, it's a Word document. It comes up. These next 3 things, the T2 7th grade, T2 8th grade, T2 music theory, these are study guides that the students requested for their music theory quiz. So I created them and then made them available to all my Pulson students. So again, if they were to load these up, it'd either load up as a PDF or as a Word document, depending on how I set it up. Metronome links. A bunch of the students, I always suggest that they practice with a metronome, and it helps them learn steady beat and internalize a steady beat. So a lot of kids don't own them. Their parents are already spending a lot of money on instruments. So instead, I found these metronome websites online that they could either run off their computer or even put on a smartphone of some kind of iPhone or Droid or an iTouch even. And these little blurbs underneath each link is just how to use the website. So if they said, okay, I want to use this one, they could click on it, it'll pull up a new tab, and here's the link. And they can, they go through. What's nice is it pulls up a new tab, so they can always go back here and follow these directions. That's the metronome. The last thing is actually the true reason why I really wanted to have a presence online, besides the fact that it was required by the district, and that is this. These are music links. Each of these links is a piece that the students are learning currently, and the links go to a website mostly that we use to order our music from, and most of the music has MP3 ability so you could listen to the piece. Some of them even have the music so you can follow along. There are a couple that I wasn't able to find on that website, so some of these are links actually to a YouTube page. So for example, click on Final Countdown, pulls up a new tab again, and here's the JW Pepper website, which is where we order our music. And the kids just come down here, click play, and the music plays. And we sound much better than that recording. So media, this is another thing that obviously I haven't done, but I want to do. I'd love to be able to incorporate video, whether it be a video from the concert or something like that. That would be awesome. I'd also love to be able to put in recordings of myself or someone else very capable playing each part of each song, so the kids could play with the recording, just their parts. They could just hear their part and play with it. It's another practice tool. And then this last section is just the students who are involved in the class, as well as a couple administrators. So that's the 7th grade page. All the other pages are exactly the same. In my 8th grade page, I tried out one of those vote keys, which I just sort of wanted to try out and see what happens. But I haven't done much with it. I put it in there in March, and I just have one message going out, and it's just sort of like a trial message. But the rest of it, again, it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. I tried to put in a discussion in there. Just again, I was just sort of trying it out. Even the high school classes are exactly the same. They have an extra link in here because of the parent organization, our Music Boosters organization. But the rest of it, again, is all the same. So basically what I'd like to do is use my websites to provide my students with information so they can sort of be more self-sufficient between them and their parents. And they could learn about string instruments and the string world through the information I can provide here, along with links and such. So that way they can do their own research. So that's kind of what my plan is for these. I hope this works for the assignment.